what I tried to present. I hope I didn't overdo it.
Oh, I'm sure you're all right, dude. And it looks like we are live. Live, live, live. Good stuff. What is going on, Real Deal Video Strategist Club? Y'all, I'm pumped up. I am pumped up. Today's going to be good training, but I want to bring something up that makes me very, very happy. So let me go over to the vibe board real quick. Let me put on a little picture in picture here. On. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Go to the apps. Nope. Go here. I'm going to get the training in a second. I promise. I promise I will. But I want to go to Facebook real quick. And I want to go to our group. Hey, look at that. There's our stream. Cool. All right. That wasn't it, though. I'm trying to find our
I do
group.
none of these hand gestures in real life, by the way. This is all stream version of Alan.
Uh-oh. All right. All right, load up, load up. Here we go. We're going to skip the live stream. I wanted to go to this one right here. My man, Philip. Ooh-wee. Philip, you got me pumped up. Somebody do me a favor. Go to Facebook and tag Philip. Because check out what he just said on Facebook. He said, contract signed with Ford Accessories, $69,000, 12 months, opportunities to increase the scope of work and rapidly growing team. This is 3 months in the making. Dude, he has been trying to land this deal for the last 3 months. If you guys haven't seen the video that he created of that Ford Bronco, next level stuff. And I want to go to this screenshot right here because Philip, once you get tagged, brother, celebration, dude, empty it out. I'm going to straight up empty the money gun, brother. I am so dang happy for you because the video that you made for Ford Accessories for the Father's Day thing was awesome. I loved it. And it's good to see you finally landed that contract. So Alan, do me a favor, tag him in this live screen in the live stream, so that way he can come back and check this out and know that we gave him a shout. So, in fact, everybody hop off of mute and give him some love. Give him a round of applause.
It's the one time Zoom gives you clear audio.
There we go. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna pick up all this money. Well, fake money. This ain't real money. I don't have that many hundreds. That would be crazy. Okay. That way I'm not stepping on it when I'm trying to get in this teaching. Okay, cool. Let's dig in here, guys. So yesterday we had awesome discovery session. We learned about Dr. David and his direct primary care practice. A lot of you guys didn't even know direct primary care existed, which is obviously a problem for Dr. David. There's doctors that don't even know what direct primary care is, and it's just because it's revolutionary. They're trying to disrupt the system as it stands. They are trying to cut out the insurance companies that are making it hard for doctors to really practice medicine. And it was an awesome session. Just today, we are going to put together a strategy based on y'all's questions that hopefully will make sense to Dr. David, and we'll close a deal as we do our closing tomorrow. So today we're going to brainstorm all the ideas based on the questions. So what we're going to look for is who's the audience. Okay, you guys asked some really good questions about who we should be showing videos to. And it's not just the patients. You guys asked some really good questions about other types of people that might need to see this. Okay, but also the patients. The type of demographics. So if we're looking for older folks, younger folks, families, all that stuff, Dr. David answered all that. He has some unique challenges. He has money to spend. He's got time to create video content because he's only 65% of the way booked up. So we're going to look at audience. We're going to look at distribution, and we're going to look at platforms and just an overall strategy to help Dr. David get to where he wants to go. So let's do this. Somebody unmute real quick and Give me a summary of the problems that Dr. David is trying to solve for his business. Give me one or two problems that he has currently that he wants to get squared away.
You want me to mention them or just for anybody?
Anybody can unmute right now, and give me one of the problems that he wants to solve that we're going to try to solve through video strategy.
All right. I'll give one of them. I got a few. I'll just give one.
Okay.
He wants to go from 65% capacity to 95% patient booking capacity by the end of this year.
Okay, good. Let me get this going over here. All right, Philip, we're going to move you to the side, brother. Not that we don't love you, because we do, and we're still pumped. I'm still pumped, dude. That amps me up. Okay, cool. So one of the big problems, and we're just going to move this over here. We'll draw a line. Let me get my line tool. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Come over here. So Alan, you said that he wants to do what now?
He wants to go from 65% capacity to 95% patient booking capacity by the end of this year. So within the next 4 months, 120 days.
He wants to go from 65 to 95 booked by end of year. Okay, good. So that was his big one. I think that was his big one all around. Okay, who else has a problem that Dr. Dave needs to solve?
I have one.
Go for it.
It's that he has a new method of providing care for people, but they don't necessarily know about his service that he provides as far as being a direct care provider.
Okay, so they don't know that he exists, or they don't know that direct primary care exists.
They don't know that direct primary care exists.
Okay. DPC. Okay. And I'm gonna put on there as well. They don't know he exists, right? If they knew he existed, maybe more people would come and talk to him, right? In order for somebody to buy something from you, they have to know you exist. You don't wake up in the morning and just press, I'm going to buy something or spend my money to something that you don't even know exists. Like, you got to know it exists. So they have to know him as well. So people don't know him. That's what we talked about the other day during the training about networking and turning networking one-on-ones into leads. And we talked about, it's not what you know, it's who knows you. Not as many people know Dr. Dave as he needs people to know about him. So we need to obviously fix that problem. Okay, cool. What other problems does he have?
I'll toss another one out there. He's currently not seeing the ROI from previous marketing techniques.
Okay, not happy with.
I'm telling you, you could run a commercial just off the fact that it can decipher text and just put it out there.
Why do you think I bought this thing, dude? It's not to provide you guys better training, so that somebody can read my handwriting. I can't even read it. I'm kidding. Okay. Not happy with ROI from
previous marketing techniques or marketing options.
Okay. Good. So yeah, he ran some stuff on radio commercials, and he did some stuff with a local publication, a print publication, magazine. He wasn't happy with it. Obviously, it hasn't gotten him to the goal that he wants to get to. Okay, good. What else?
I got more if y'all want it. I want to throw my next one out there.
Good.
He wants to restore. He doesn't like the fact that the relationship between doctor and patient isn't there anymore. So he
Okay.
wants to restore that relationship between doctor and patient.
Good.
Be more personable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, for those of you guys who don't know what PT means in the medical world, that means patient. So if you see that abbreviation, PT, patient. Okay, so he wants to restore that. Right now, it's kind of shot, right? You go to the doctor's got 5 minutes to spend with you because they've got to see 10 people in an hour, which means they can only allocate 5 minutes. So they come in, they're like, hey, the nurse checked you out. I heard that you got this. They do a quick little exam. Okay, cool. I'm going to give you a prescription and we'll see you in a year and a half or 2 years when you're not feeling good again. It's not much of a relationship. Okay, cool. So he wants to restore the relationship the way it used to be a long time ago when people actually knew their doctor and their doctor knew them. Very, very good. Okay, what else?
He's spending an enormous amount of time reiterating again and again what DPC is.
Okay. Good. Yeah, this is tough, right? Again, he's a trailblazer. He's coming up. Well, I mean, him and his colleagues and the people that have this type of practice are coming up with something new, which means that they have to explain. Thielen yesterday asked a really good point, right? Like he didn't understand what the benefit was to this type of practice. He might not still understand. Maybe I didn't explain it well enough, but people flat out don't understand what the heck DPC is. So he's constantly spending time educating people to the benefits of it and trying to convince them to go a non-traditional route at this point. It's not very traditional to cut the insurance out. Very good. Okay, what else?
One thing was small that he mentioned. He wanted to sweeten the pot for his employees. He says right now it's tight and he'd like to make a better atmosphere for them,
Okay.
along with him bringing in more income.
Good. So let's see here. More income to give better employment. I get what you're saying. So he wants to make things better in his office for the people that work for him. Okay, cool. What else?
To educate about the network that we talked about, that he has, the connection that he has with all the different doctors and facilities that you might need as his patient.
Perfect. Okay. So he's got a specialist network. So if he needs to send you to go see a dermatologist or I don't know, oncologist or something, he's got a network of people that he can send you to. Very good, Lay. I like that one. Okay, what else?
He doesn't understand social media distribution very well.
Okay. Okay, good.
I think on that note as well, that somebody asked a good question about how much time he has to contribute every week for creating social media content.
Okay, so is that a problem for him right now?
It can be if he scales up. So if the videos continue to, well, if the videos bring in more work, how can he create more content in the future? Is that a problem, do you think?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Because if you're talking about yourself, you're front of mind, but how long can he sustain that? And will there need to be some kind of strategy to actually allow us to do that?
Okay, and that might be in the strategy of, is he, if he gets to 95% and he brings on another doctor, then all of a sudden he's back down to 50% essentially, right? Because he's brought in another doctor and they're going to probably split patients. So then he should have time there, but he wants to fill up that book of patients as well. So I don't know if that's a problem that we would necessarily need to solve by what we do in video strategy. We want to get him to the point where he can make that next step.
Okay.
And that's something that I would focus on later, but I see where you're getting at. I think that if you get him to that point though, he'll be able to expand his practice and have more people working for him, which will free him up a little bit. Okay. There's a few holes. I see a few opportunities that we haven't hit here. You guys want me to chime in, or do you guys want to keep trying?
Yeah, my battery just died on my headphones, but I'm here.
Okay. Okay.
So
He wants to partner with small to medium-sized corporations,
Yes. Okay. He
so he can
wants
get those
to.
retainers.
I think that's a kind of a seed in his head, right? So that's a problem that we can solve. Maybe he hasn't explored that. That's one of the ones that I was hoping for, David. So possibility
Money
The
stream.
retainer deals.
to partner with small business. Okay, that was good. I'm glad you caught that one, David. Okay, what else?
Another one that he needs to be proactive with is attracting new doctors. So he needs to start that route as well.
Yeah, recruitment videos.
So when I worked for the direct primary care practices that I've worked for, guess what was one of their big problems? Getting new doctors. There's a lot of doctors that flat out don't know about DPC. There are some unique challenges that they face of getting somebody to leave the insurance-based practice and come over to a DPC practice. Okay, so Thielen, that was spot on. How do we convince people to leave the safety of the status quo and come and join the revolution with us? Than something that we're creating as we go, right? So that's tough. So we created videos to do just that, convince other people to come and do that. So Thielen, that's great. Okay, I'm gonna put, this is a lot to solve, okay? And we're gonna create a strategy for these. And there's even more stuff that we could add to this, but this is already enough, because if we lay too much on Dr. David, he's gonna be like, bro, that's a lot. So let's not overwhelm him. The biggest thing here, guys, is that he is challenging the insurance agents, challenging the insurance industry. Okay. So all of these problems right here always come back to this. Are people going to be comfortable leaving what they currently know to come and do this? Okay, cool. So we've identified a lot of problems. So let's start throwing out some video ideas and see what videos we might be able to put together to solve Dr. Davis' problems. What would you guys say is his primary problem that he voiced that he wants to fix?
Money,
Okay.
income.
More
Money in what way?
clients, lots more patients,
Yeah.
and especially with a focus on families, because he wants that to go generational.
Okay, cool. So when we start thinking about video ideas, what videos could we create for Dr. Dave that would address him getting more clients into his doors and getting more families on board?
Trifecta.
Testimonials.
Hey,
Say that loud and proud again.
Trifecta.
Trifecta. Do you guys see what the trifecta does and why, like, that's almost the base for almost every video strategy that we can build off of? So the trifecta, Okay. Who is going to be the audience for the trifecta, Lay?
Those patients,
I'm gonna say
potential patients.
I'm gonna say moms for sure. They're the ones
Ooh.
I think that make the decisions on their families healthcare issues.
I like that.
I think it's anybody looking for a budget for their healthcare to be smaller because people are spending so much on healthcare.
Okay.
I would look at the demographics of Bee Cave, Austin, Texas.
Look at you remembering where the heck we were at. Okay.
Reach out, Joshua.
Dave, what's a trifecta?
Who asked that?
I did.
Who
Dave
is
Lou.
I?
I don't know if everyone knows what trifecta is, Dave.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So the trifecta is a set of 3 videos that is intended to increase the sales for pretty much any business out there. Okay. And we're going to go through the distribution here in a little bit of why the trifecta is effective. It is a brand message video, promo videos, and testimonial videos. They work kind of linear. You get somebody's attention in social media, which is obviously a problem for Dr. Dave. He doesn't know how to do that, and he doesn't have any content to do that. But the idea is the promo video is going to get somebody's attention, and they're going to relate with what they see, and it's going to get them to stop scrolling on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever it is, and they're going to be directed to a place, whether that's a landing page, a website, well, usually a landing page or a website. And on the landing page or a website, you're going to have a little bit of more of a long form video called a brand message video. The brand message video is really just a who, what, where, when, why we do what we do. Okay. It's going to give the meat of what a person needs to know about any business. That way they can have a full understanding of what it's going to be like to do business with that company. In this case, a direct primary care practice. And because one of the giant problems that Dr. Dave has right now is that people, 1, don't know about him, and 2, people don't know what the heck DPC is, right? So the promo video is going to start putting his face to everybody in Bee Cave, all these moms, all these families, all the people who are tired of getting turned down because they have pre-existing conditions, all the people who are tired of not having a good experience at their doctor. When you start targeting people, right, and you get them to go to your website, then all of a sudden people know about you, and now they know what you can do to make their life better. Once they've seen those 2 videos, the last leg of the trifecta is customer testimonials. So Dr. Dave already has patients. They're already happy with him. In fact, that was one question that you guys didn't ask yesterday. What's your customer retention rate? Once you get somebody, how long do they stay with you? And if y'all had asked that, I would have been like, you know what? The majority of the people that I have, my 65% right now, have stayed. I've had maybe about 4% of my client book leave my practice, but primarily the reasons that they did is because they moved away from this area. So the people that stick around are pretty happy, right? So he's got patients that are happy. And if you get testimonials to give social proof that, hey, going with this type of medical practice as opposed to the insurance-based practice is probably a good idea, and you get that social proof, then you have the 3 legs of the trifecta. Does everybody see why that is so effective to generating a sales for any business? Thumbs up if you guys get that concept. Okay, cool. So the trifecta, we're going to focus on moms and families. We're going to look at the demographic at Bee Caves. Who else should we target with the trifecta?
Small corporations.
Okay, small businesses. And why would we want to do that, Lay?
Because he's looking to make connections so that he can offer services to the entire business rather than just individual people. Kind of like we do the different with not doing one-off videos and building a strategy instead.
Good. Okay. So small businesses have a problem. They get good employees and they want to keep those employees, but small businesses have a hard time paying for those big insurance policies that big corporations are able to pay for. So can we provide a medical benefit that takes care of 80% of your healthcare needs and keep you to stay at my barbecue place, at my pool cleaning place, whatever it is? Can I get you to stay here by giving you a benefit through DPC? Okay, so this might even be a completely separate trifecta, right? You might need to create 2 trifectas because these are different audiences, but okay, very good. Okay, what other videos can we create to help Dr. Dave in his quest to get more people in the door?
I think
You might also
questions section as well, you know, going over all of the, since he's educating people on direct primary care, then those frequently asked questions will definitely be a part of it as well.
AQs, yes.
Absolutely.
Don't
Yeah.
laugh, Tomas. I got 8 of them already on different topics.
You got 8 of what already?
8 FAQ videos on different topics from questions that he mentioned.
Okay, let's list those out then. FAQs. Go ahead.
All right. So the first one is what is and isn't covered by DPC. And I tried to keep the titles kind of short.
Okay, what is and what is not covered by DPC? Next.
Second one, pricing / tier options.
Good. What else?
Third one is what if my issue isn't covered by DPC? And that's the introduction to the Trusted Doctor Network.
Okay.
And all of these are coming to mind. I'm thinking of videos that can play, you know, Dr. David with that TV you got in the waiting room over there that's just playing Maury. You can put your commercials on it now.
That's what I'm talking about,
so
man.
good. Ooh.
Yes. Now you're getting on this level, Alan. You're up here, man. That's next level. I love that. Okay, what else? Give me one more, and then we'll ask the crowd if they have any.
Okay, the fourth one is adding members to your DPC membership.
What do you mean?
So that's explaining to people that are there if they want to add their son or add their daughter or add a family member, how do they go about that process? How does that look for them? Like the benefits of doing that.
Okay.
You might want one to cover those specialists so that they know who those specialists are that they can go to.
Okay.
One thing you brought up, Dr. David, yesterday was about prevention instead of actually reaction. So it's the talking about, look, if you invest now in your health, long term, you're going to live longer and be more, well, grow to a better age.
Yes.
Preventative care, chronic disease management, and care coordination go right in line with that comment.
Yes. I think that could be a whole separate list of videos. So whoever just came up with that, do me a favor, hang on to that. Let me get through this section because that's going to be a whole separate video. Okay. Okay. Any other FAQs that you think people need to be educated on? So we've got what is and what is not covered by DPC, pricing and tier options. What if I need a specialist? How do I add family members? And then Lay, you said to create a list of, or a video with a list of specialists.
I've got 2, a virtual DPC that explains your virtual experience.
Telemedicine,
and then,
you mean?
Yeah, telemedicine. And then turn that off.
I can't.
The second one will be in shortly.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, what's the second one?
The basic kind of like the logistical benefit of DPC. So like same day or next day in-person appointments, unrushed visits, like acute and urgent care. It kind of gives you a logistical, because we talked about how one of the #1 reasons we don't go to the doctor is because it's such a pain in the butt. I think that could be a big selling point, and it could probably be a video by itself.
Could probably be a video in it by itself, but you know where I would put that information? I would put that inside the brand message video in the sales trifecta. That's where I would put that. But we can add that here. So same day appointments and same day appointments, non-rushed.
I have a name for that too. You can call that video.
What is it?
You can call that video quality versus quota.
Quality versus quota.
I love it, Alan.
Yeah, where's
You can
Martina?
imagine that
Wham,
playing
wham,
in the
wham,
weight
wham.
The thing is, I'm from the UK. What's the average lead time for you to book an appointment with a doctor before you see them?
Depends.
Yeah.
In COVID right now, you don't get to see one.
Quality versus quota.
Okay.
Guess who you can see right now during COVID? You can see your
Telemedicine.
doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, what did I just do? Did I erase one? Dang. Okay. Okay, so we've got a list of FAQ videos. So we could probably pile on like 10 more, right? Point being is that now we have a list of videos, and quite honestly, this section of videos you could probably shoot in batch, right? So he's going to be like, man, that's a lot of videos. How are we going to do that? Am I going to be able to afford that? You could probably cut down the time and the cost if you shoot these in batch, put him in front of a teleprompter and 1 minute videos per, right? And now you have an awesome FAQ section on his website. You have an awesome FAQ section for social media posts, for blog posts, for email marketing campaigns. Now you've got this information where he's constantly educating. If somebody calls and asks, right, like, how can I get more information? We can direct them there so they can get more answers before they starts eating up Dr. Dave's time. Okay, cool. So we've got a trifecta, got a lot of FAQ videos. Let's talk about that preventative care idea. Who was it that had that idea?
I think that was Joshua too, right? Or Daryl.
Yeah. I sparked it, but then Joshua came in and dug deeper, dived deeper.
Let's get into that. So whoever went first and put that idea out there, speak up and give me that idea again so I can redo this.
The idea is to prevent illness, not to react to illness. So look, if you have a history of, I don't know, high cholesterol, how do you fix it before you actually come up and have a heart attack? Let's get the mindset right with DCP.
Okay. You know what this kind of medicine is called?
It's pretty something. I forgot the term. I forgot the full word for it.
It's called
Preventative medicine.
Yeah.
Functional medicine. So when doctors call it
Okay.
functional medicine. So we want to get you to be functional and healthy at all times. We want to maintain a baseline of health so that we're not constantly playing reaction. So functional medicine is what it's called. So prevent illness, not react. So we could have a series of videos that would address this. So give me an idea of what kind of videos we might be able to put in this. And whoever went second on that point, let me know what you were thinking real quick.
And I want to go third.
Okay.
You got to do it with a mouthful, though, Joshua.
I'm on the way to a gig, man. Preventative care, chronic disease management, and then care coordination. So it's almost kind of like a training program, but for your health. So like you get with Dr. David and you talk to him about, like, let's say I have some sort of chronic malady, like, I don't know. I didn't really research that part, but Dr. David would have a whole bunch of ideas. And you take that, you kind of break it down, and then you put into the video, like, you can't solve these problems in one visit to your insurance doctor, but with a DPC, you can come see me all the time and we can consistently manage this issue.
Okay, good. So you said chronic disease management, and then you said something else that made a lot of sense. What was that?
Care coordination.
Care coordination. Got it.
With chronic disease, there's a lot of logistical issue. If you're always having to go to the doctor, it gets expensive and it gets to be a humongous pain in the butt logistically.
And then you go and you see one doctor, and then you see a different doctor, and then you see a third doctor, and nobody knows what the heck is going on. With DPC, guess what? You got an underlying healthcare condition, right? That is already a problem in the insurance-based industry. That's a pain in the butt. But on top of that, even if you do have insurance and you're going to your doctor, you're seeing so many different doctors, they're only seeing you for a little bit. You're not getting the care that you want. And because of that, you are not getting better. Your DPC doctor, you'll be able to see them more regularly, right? We're going to figure it out long-term. I like that. Okay, so care coordination. You know what this would be awesome with? Right here, chronic disease management, testimonial videos, right? Dr. Dave already has people. In fact, he gave an example. You guys asked him about a story where somebody was having a problem, or give me an example of a time, whatever it was. I think David asked this, and he had an example of how this lady had the problem and they were over time able to correct that through diet and a couple of other things. So not just giving prescription, right? But she was having all these problems, and now she doesn't have these problems because she had a relationship with her doctor. So when we're talking about chronic disease management, woo-wee, right? There's a lot of people out there that have chronic arthritis, that have chronic whatever, right? And that's the power of a testimonial would be awesome right here. I love it. Okay, cool. What other type of videos could we create?
There was something, so tagging on to what Daryl and Joshua just mentioned, a good way to encompass a lot of that is to have him start off a podcast where once every month they meet for like an hour, and they may have a topic they talk about, and they can kind of slow leak that content out there. It's all stuff that can't be done. It's all stuff that isn't stuff that has to be done in office. It's the advice that he'd give them. And also he can use that to interview people that are inside of his network. He can use it to interview people that are kind of like tip things in the scale of DPC. And just provide general value to his audience and help get his brand out there. And you can also make snippet videos out of that talk about small topics and put those on social media too.
Okay. I think this is one of those ones that we need to get results for Dr. David first, and then
Yeah,
this
it's
is
definitely
something
a
that
later
we can go
phase.
towards, right?
Yeah, you need to build his audience first. So then they
Absolutely.
can subscribe to that.
Okay. What else? What other type of videos? What happens when we get Dr. David to 95%?
Yeah,
Then
so
what?
Just say recruitment video.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you got it, man. Like that was it. Recruitment video to build capacity, and bring on, even more of his team.
Recruitment video.
I
Excellent.
think along with that, I don't know if you guys have actually talked about this, but CSR, corporate, what's it called? Social responsibility videos. So you could actually follow him into the day in the life of what he does, but actually how he goes into the community and how he feeds back into the community, that he does care about the people. And the fact is that he isn't a doctor that just goes, I want to build a relationship with you and your illness and then cure you. It's about caring for the community. Then he becomes an established person of the community.
Okay. I like this idea. So would this be targeted to other doctors trying to get them to recruit and come work for my practice?
Yeah, it is that you buy into the ethos of the company. So a doctor will be like, well, this Dr. David is smashing it. I love the fact that he cares about his staff, that he brings them on days out because they're earning a lot more money and the business is doing well. Therefore, their staff is retained. The patients are retained. What is that magic that Dr. David has that nobody other business in the area has got? I want to
Like
be
company
part of that.
culture. Company culture. Interesting.
It's like a day in the life.
I love that idea. That's big branding right there. That's
Right.
awesome.
That's big ideas, right?
That's
Listen,
awesome.
this is one of those things where we can get him thinking large, right? We might not sell this entire strategy tomorrow during the closing. We might say, listen, I'm bringing you the kitchen sink. I'm bringing you everything. I'm going to give you the minimum that I think we need to get to 95%, because there's some things that I want to think 8-9 months ahead, right? When we're starting to recruit people, what's some of the big problems that you think that you might kind of run into when you're trying to recruit people, right? And how can we solve that? What's better on this side? Why is the grass greener on this side than it is on that side? So you hit it right on the head, right? The nail on the head. Every doctor, I don't think that they go to doctor school in order to go to a practice where they're just being told what to do by an insurance company. I feel like most doctors go because they genuinely want to help people. And the DPC doctors that I've spoken to and I've worked with, they told me, listen, I went to a normal practice and I hated practicing medicine. It sucked. You know, I didn't have no control over my schedule. I didn't have control over my patients. I didn't have control over when I got to see them. Insurance told me everything to do. The third-party administrators told me everything to do. And I almost quit. I almost left medicine because I hated it so much. Guess how many doctors are out there feeling the same way, right? So can we create that day in the life video that shows, here I am doing what a doctor really should be doing. So I love that day in the life. This is a big idea that we can drop in his head and he can go back to maybe a little bit later down the road. I like that idea.
The good thing about that is you could really go blue sky thinking it's as big as you want it to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now keep in mind too, you got to scale this, right? So if we get to 95%, he needs to hire one more doctor and he brings a doctor on and they basically are at 50% a piece. Then they need to go and get another, they need to fill up another 100% basically to get to a third doctor. So I don't know how much effort I would put into a day of the life video, unless of course that's more for the principle of, I want to get the word out about DPC, not necessarily to grow my own practice, because I'm only going one doctor at a time and I might be able to bring one doctor every year. So I don't know that this is a giant, I need more patients fast. I only need one doctor maybe every year, but for the DPC community, maybe I can create these to show and generate more awareness around DPC. So that's a good idea though. I really like that idea. Okay, cool. What else?
As well as he shows that he's a subject matter expert. I mean, if it's not much known, you go out there and tell everybody your expertise, why you're capable, why people come to you, and put that out on the social channels. You'll be the recognized person, the person of front of mind, the person of choice.
100%. I like it. Oh, I erased it. Let's go back. Okay. What else do y'all got?
What about internal videos, specifically, maybe not right now, but down the road for new hires, employment, where you have standard operating procedures? And that could be for any other staff, if he has any medical staff.
Okay.
Is that like onboarding videos?
Right. That could be part of that same category. Any type of thing that instructs an employee or another member within the business.
Right. So I think, again, this is one of those where like, hey, I'm putting the kitchen sink here. I'm gonna have a whole list of stuff. We might not even go over all this stuff in the sales meeting, but I do want to think ahead, 12 months from now, when we have this problem, just know that I've already thought about this for you. But yeah, totally. I mean, right now he probably has an office staff of 4 people. So, video for training is a lot better if you have, hundreds of people that you got to train to the same thing, but 4 people, maybe not. I don't know. This is something that we can look at, but I like the idea.
What happens if you flip it, as in you onboard your patients, right? You
I
signed
was
up.
right there. Golly.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining my practice and whatnot.
God, you took all of it.
That was a great addition, guys.
Onboarding patient video.
Because we did mention that he does have a retention rate that's fairly high, but why not solidify that, right?
Customer satisfaction, right? We
And
want
bringing
people
that
coming
relationship
in and automatically feeling the difference of what it used to be like and what it's like now for me as a patient. Onboarding, how do we do this? When do we have our initial doctor visit, and what's going to happen during it? What can I expect? You really are telling me I'm going to get to see you for a full hour and we're going to talk about all of this stuff? Like, that's never happened, right?
That's raising the level.
I love it.
Yeah,
Patient
even on that same kind of vein of thought, even just kind of like a reminder, appointment reminder video that is sent out. And so doing something like that, maybe quarterly, or however often he sees his patients, if it's a monthly basis or if it's a quarterly basis, or, you know, to refresh those at that pace. That way, to the individual patient, it's a new video than my last appointment. But for him, he is reusing those with all of his patients, if you will.
What could we call that?
Appointment reminders.
Progressive appointment reminders. So that, like he said, you have it in a system where the first time they get one, the second time they get number two, on down the list.
Brilliant.
Okay, quarterly appointment reminders. Let me ask you guys real quick. What do you guys think of this format? Just throwing ideas in here, right? Does this help next time you go to a discovery meeting and you're like, dang, I have all these ideas that I can go
This is great.
It's,
Absolutely.
I
haven't
love
thought
it.
of
This
half of
is
these.
awesome.
I never would have thought of these.
I will tell you, it pays to not be the smartest person in the room, right?
You know what I'm saying? Heck yeah, let's go.
Okay. So all of these guys, these are great ideas. We've probably got 30 ideas on the board right now. Okay. So for the sake of time, because we could go for days, right? There's so many other videos that we could create. But let's not overwhelm Dr. Dave. Okay. Let's get him a minimum strategy. Now, this goes back. I'm going to switch over to this camera so I can talk to you guys directly for a second. Okay, so this goes back to the how you're setting things up when you're your discovery meeting, and even prior to the discovery meeting, when you've set the discovery meeting and you've scheduled the sales meeting, and Dr. Dave has a clear expectation of what is going to happen. You need to let Dr. David know, or any of your clients know, listen, I'm going to bring an entire video strategy. Okay, I'm going to brainstorm all these ideas based on your problems, your priorities, your audience, and your needs. And I'm going to put it all out here. I'm going to tell you there's going to be a minimum set of videos that we are going to need to move forward with in order for me to get you any kind of results. We don't have to go with this giant thing over here. We can. I'd love to. I love what you're doing. I think that this needs to get out there. But you need to know that there's going to be a minimum, and then the rest we can kind of a la carte, right? That way, Dr. David's not, or any of your clients are not super overwhelmed. I think if you show them a giant strategy and they feel like they have to take the whole, $150,000 strategy, that's pretty intimidating. So just set that expectation. Huh?
Quick question with that, David. So
Yep.
You were saying, like, you don't have to take it all. We can start bare minimum, and then we can have some a la carte options from there. Now, is there a benefit to choosing, the big package versus the pricing if they do choose the a la carte? Or would we kind of still honor the pricing that we give them in that proposal?
I typically will give a discount if they go for a bigger package.
Gotcha.
Right? If they just go with the trifecta, he's like, the trifecta just sounds awesome. Okay, cool. Standard pricing. If he says, the trifecta sounds awesome, and I want all of those frequently answered question videos, and I want those patient onboarding videos, and I'd like to do that all, I will absolutely give them a discount per video. And the reason I do is because I know that I just landed a deal that's going to take me X amount of months, and I'm going to get consistent pay. And that cash flow, that guaranteed cash flow, is almost better than the total revenue.
Yeah. Okay.
So I definitely would. That's a good question. So
David, if you got one like that, and let's say that your typical promotional video was $1,000 for each of those, what type of discount would you offer them when they ask for that really large package covering that whole umbrella of videos?
it depends, right? It really is going to depend on how much work's going into it, right? Obviously. So it's usually somewhere around 10% off of each video is kind of where I end up landing at.
Okay, great. That's what I wanted to hear.
And that's if they buy in bulk. 10%'s not a lot, but it is a lot if you buy a lot of videos. And again, for me, the benefit is now I have one client that's going to do 30 videos instead of trying to have 30 videos or 30 clients that are going to do one video a piece. This simplifies the entire process for me, and I like this much better. Okay, cool. So we've identified a whole bunch of videos. Let's go ahead and map out the trifecta, and let's map out how some of these are going to be used. And that's where we will end the day. Let me go back to my picture on. Okay, cool. So I'm going to make a new page here because this one got all crazy. Okay. And I've got these cool things. Okay, so let's talk about this trifecta. And we can draw this out in a flow chart if you guys want to. In fact, we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so where do we start? His primary goal is I need to get from 65 to 95 or 95 plus. We've pitched the trifecta, or we want to pitch the trifecta. So how do we map this out for him? Talk to me left to right. How do I do this?
May need a little bit more of an idea of how you were phrasing that. Sorry about that.
You guys seen the flow charts?
Oh,
So
yeah.
picture a flow chart and work me from left to right through the trifecta and where I'm going to put videos and how they're going to work and what type of videos need to be there to illustrate the trifecta for Dr. Dave.
Okay, got you. I guess I'll kick it off. Starting from the left, we will start with, let's say, the 2 promo videos. You guys think that sounds good to start off?
Okay, promo, where are these going to be on?
It's going to be on the far left, starting the whole process off.
Gotcha. Let me rephrase my question. Which distribution platform are we going to run promo videos on?
That's going to be on social media, so more than likely Facebook and Instagram to start. I do think LinkedIn is going to be a good option too.
Okay.
Definitely, especially for the corporate world.
LinkedIn. Okay. Cool. So promo for Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn.
What about YouTube? Because the nature of doing searches on YouTube for, medical things people are looking for.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, you can target that by the interest and using the algorithm.
Okay, so that's promo 1. And then I copy this. You said we want to pitch him 2 promo videos. So we're going to have promo 1 and promo 2. Excellent. Good. Okay. So we're starting with promo 1, promo 2. Let's size these guys. Okay. Where do these go? What's the intention of promo 1 and promo 2? What are we trying to get them to do?
I'm trying to get them to pay attention to the brand and go to the website. Basically, the call to action is to get them to make a reaction.
Okay.
Do more than double tap and swipe, right?
Yep. Okay. Did they engage? Okay. From the did they engage, we have a yes or no. Okay. Did they engage? Yes and no. Yes.
That said yes.
Yes.
Oh man.
Okay. Yes and no. Okay. What happens if they did engage, but they did not go to the website? What do we do?
Retarget.
Retarget.
Let's see here. Website visit. So if they engaged, did they do a website visit? Hey, let me do my arrow. How come it's not letting me do my arrow? Not enough space. Okay. Okay, website visits, and we have a yes. We have a no. Okay, so they visited. Oh, wrong way. Okay, so if they did not visit the website, and actually we should inverse these. No. Yes. Okay, if they did not, you're saying that I need to retarget them. We're gonna drop them right back in here, right?
Yep.
Okay, website visit. Okay, if they visited the website, all right, so yes, then they're gonna come over here to the website. All right, website. We're gonna drop another sticky pad. I like these sticky pads. Website. Okay, so into the website. So we've got this cycle where we've started them off, right? They're here, they see a promo video on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or LinkedIn. We want to know, did they engage with this? If they did not, we could retarget if we wanted to, right? But you know, it's better to maybe sometimes retarget the people that have, and let's focus there, especially if the budget's tight. So yes, they did engage. They watched the video, they clicked on something, they commented on it, maybe they went to the website. We need to decide, did they go to the website? Okay, if they did not go to the website, we're going to send them right back here. Woo! If they did go to the website, excellent, they're coming down here. What's happening at the website, guys? What are we doing at the website?
Got the brand message video there up top.
Good.
And testimonials
Yes.
so that we can
BMV.
convert them to sales.
Good. BMV and testimonials. What else is happening at the website?
The call to action to book their appointment. And data collecting, of course.
Call to action. Good. Okay. A lot of stuff happens at the website. We know that once we get people to the website, then we can grow this exponentially, because then we know their habits, we know their interests, we know that they've been here, so we can repeat. And if they don't buy right here, man, the targeting is going to go absolutely crazy at this point, because they've been to our website and they showed interest. Now we just got to get them to buy, right? But all this other stuff, yes, we have a BMV, not a BMG, BMV. So we talked about the trifecta, and all of a sudden we've got the third leg. Oh, come on. The second and third leg of the trifecta, brand message, video, and testimonials. We've got a call to action. So maybe they've got a submit for an appointment, or have somebody call you, or whatever it is. And we've got the data collection going on. Okay. Do they convert to a lead? Let's see here. Okay. At this point, if they don't convert to a lead, what do we do?
We can hit them with promo 2.
Retarget. We're going to send them right back into this system, right? If they do turn into a lead, what do we do? Or yeah, into a lead or a sale, I guess I should put here.
Yeah, then depending on what they chose, but if they have their onboarding for patients, then we start that process.
There we go. Okay, let's put another sticky note.
Yeah, and then also another level of data collection.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so we're going to send them onboarding videos. Let's get them on board. Cool. Onboarding videos and more data collection. Good. Very good. Okay. So now we're getting them onboarded and they're being happy customers. This still is going in the background, right? This is always going to be going. This is the trifecta in action. What else can we do here with our current customers?
Build
Right.
lookalike audiences.
Lookalike audiences. Good. Okay. So, and that's data collection. So I want to do lookalike.
Could I get some more clarity on that too? Like I think I get what it is, but I'm not sure how that how you do it. That makes sense.
Sure. So lookalike audience is basically telling all the social media pixels, hey, listen, I've got a customer and this customer has these traits. And I'd like to create an audience with everybody that has similar traits as the customer that I just landed, the new patient, and I want to advertise to those people. So it's basically just taking a small sample size and turning it into a bigger sample size. And that's just through your selection and how you set up your Facebook, YouTube, Instagram ads to be able to do that. And that's where the exponential growth of eyes, it's not what you know, it's who knows you. Now, all of a sudden, more and more and more people are knowing you because they are seeing that one person went to and became a patient, and now we're doing a lookalike. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that does. Because I was trying to figure out how's that worded. So you start with say like a small audience, and you say, hey, these people are the ones that are really hanging on. So target more of these people. Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
What else can we do with people that are already onboarded? Let's think email, right? We got their email addresses at this point. How
Yeah.
can we?
So, I'm sorry. No, I was just thinking a lot of those frequently asked questions type of videos, if they selected that as as part of the package, then we can start that email drip campaign with those type of videos, along with once they have their appointment and that's completed, then like a quarterly reminder to book their next appointment maybe, or something like that. So that would be automated as well.
Yes.
You could also have those frequently asked questions as a tab on your website to keep them there longer.
Thank you for correcting me there. Okay, on the website, here we go. Good job, Lay. You caught that. FAQs. Keep them on the website longer. If we keep them on the website longer in that extreme research phase, we got a better chance at getting them to go to this call to action. Very, very good.
I would also say maybe I'm forgetting the terminology or whatever, but basically a referral type of video for them, like, hey, refer a family and friend. If they come through for an appointment, then you get $100.
Incentive videos are great.
Thank you. Yes.
And okay, hang on. FAQ and appointment reminder. Appointment reminder vids. Okay, so they went there, then they went there. And now they are also in a drip campaign going to get referral videos. Refer your friends and family. Not federal. Why did it put that? That's funny.
Good to have federal friends.
Yeah, for real, right? Is it 2 R's or 1 R? I always
Leave
forget.
the feds out of it.
Referral videos. Okay. So again, onboarding via email, right? The sale doesn't stop. Once we get one person, we want this person that turned into a lead and a sale to put their friends and family right back in here, right? So when we're talking to Dr. David and we're saying, okay, listen, we're going to get more people in. And then once they're in, we're going to get their people to come in. Like, this is how I'm going to get you to 95% by the end of the year. Okay. So Dr. David, that's your primary goal. the minimum video project that's necessary, the video strategy we need to implement is going to look something like this, right? There's all the other stuff that we talked about, the day in the life videos, the preventative health, the more FAQs, all these things that we talked about over here, internal videos, recruiting videos, right? Okay, hey, David, Dr. David, once this is implemented, eventually, and we're going to put this on the side burner, we're going to need recruiting videos. Recruiting vids, right? So we start to build out this whole thing for him. Okay, how you guys feeling about this? We got a ton of discovery. We got a ton of ideas to solve his problems. Can we pitch this to him in a way that he's going to be able to see, you know what, that makes a lot of sense? You're talking about 3 simple videos, promo videos here, brand message video testimonial, FAQs, and on the back end, specifically for sales, referral videos. To make my customer's journey better, we can also put these videos in so that we can give them a higher level of care, which is the whole point of the reason that I left insurance-based medicine and now I'm doing this. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll say 4 more FAQs, so 8, 9, 10, 11 videos, 11 video projects. That's not too big, right? 11 video project is a pretty sweet deal, especially if you're closing that at a decent price. Okay, but how much do you think we should price this project? And over what time period should we implement this?
3 months, say about 18,000.
18K. All right.
That sounds about on target to me.
What was the customer value?
I'm gonna do some math real quick. I'm bringing up my calculator. I gotta let my dog outside too because he's crying. He's been in here the whole time. Hang on, Bronx. Bronx is like, I want to go play. There you go, buddy. Okay, so we said that a single person would be $75 per month times 12 months. So if it's just one person, we're looking at $900 a year. Okay. If it's a family of 4, then we're looking at $60 per person times 4 people. So 240 equals times 12. So if we get a family of 4, that's worth $2,880 just for this year. Again, if he has a retention rate of holding people on for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, right? One family of 4 over a period of 4 years ends up being $11,500 from just one family. Obviously, you know, this is going to take a little bit of time. We need to get him more. So how many would we need? Family of 4, 60 times 4 equals 240 times 12, 2,880. What did you say? 18,000?
Yes, and I do remember you mentioned earlier, Dr. David, that you'd like to have 30 new patients.
Was it 30 or was it 60?
That's what would get you from 65% to 95%.
I think I said 60 new patients, but we'll go with 30.
I thought it was 60 also.
I'm not mad at the 60.
Okay, so in order for an $18,000 investment to come back somewhere and get me my ROI, obviously, you know, I've got expenses and whatnot, but I can generate $18,000 worth of revenue just by getting 6 and a quarter families of 4. I wanted an additional 60 patients. So that's pretty good margin, right? If we can get him to 60 and it only takes 6 and a quarter families to basically get him his revenue back, I think that's a pretty fair deal. $18,000. Would you guys be stoked with an $18,000 deal for 11 videos?
Oh yeah.
Over how long a period of time?
Alan, how long did you say?
I would say over a period of 2 or 3 months, but now I'm listening to that number and I'm realizing what value we're going to be offering. And I'm hurting. because we're solving a much bigger problem than just that. And it's going to be something that's going to be going on with too. But I guess this is just the initial phase of the videos. Once he sees success, he's open to more of them too.
Right.
it's a
We
good
said we were
size
going to
15
limit
foot in the
the,
door.
we were going to limit how many of the videos we created in the beginning. So weren't we suggesting 8 to go in the trifecta?
You can give him a minimum, right? What do you think is the minimum in order to get him to 95%? That could be just the trifecta and the referral videos, right? Frequently asked question videos are good. They might help close some deals, but maybe not necessary if you're targeting in your let me bring this back up for you guys. Your targeting is good on social media and your retargeting is good. Maybe the FAQs aren't going to be as necessary to get him to 95%. So if we're going bare minimum, the trifecta, I would definitely have the referral videos and probably that, right? So you can, that's bare minimum. I would say in order to make this even more effective, especially at the website, those frequently asked question videos are going to be awesome. And then the back end videos are going to make the experience, make them want to talk to their friends and family even more. So those are good videos to add. All the other stuff, there's probably another 6 or 7 videos that we've left off of here, but we can add those later. But bare minimum, trifecta and referral videos is what I would say. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I would say bare minimum. If that was the bare minimum, then somewhere around 12K before any of the marketing distribution.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty solid, right? Here's the thing also, guys, is that the DPC community is very much a community, very just like us, right? We're a network of video strategists. They know other direct primary care physicians. Get them results. Get them results. Ask for introductions, and maybe you can give them a kickback. Like, I know you're investing a lot. I get it. I'm going to get you results. That's my plan, 95%. If you can get me into some other direct primary care physicians and give me some introductions, maybe I'll shoot one of those extra videos for you for free. Not a big deal, right? And then we've got one video to shoot that's a FAQ video or an onboarding video, which could probably be done in half a day. And now you get an introduction to 2, 3, 4, 5 more DPCs. And all of a sudden you're the DPC video strategist in your state. Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, cool. So we've got a strategy. We've gone through discovery. We asked a ton of questions, really, really good questions. The only question you guys missed was, what is your customer retention rate? Remember that one, because that's going to speak to how happy they are. So we asked a ton of questions. Based on those questions, we were able to identify what his priorities are, what his challenges are, what he's tried in the past, what we need to do going forward, who our audience is, what distribution platform we are going to use, how we are going to target, retarget, and get back-end sales as referrals. So we've been able to put all that together. Now we have a minimum, we have a bigger picture that we can present to him. And tomorrow we will give it a pitch. We will we'll work through a pitch together. Who wants to volunteer to be the pitch? Because somebody's gonna have to pitch Dr. David. I can't pitch myself.
I want to, if nobody else does. This is the best way I'll learn. Practical application, baby.
Okay.
Best way to learn to shoot a rifle is to grab it, right?
I love it. I love it.
Man.
Okay. Awesome session today, guys. That was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed that. Was it good for you guys? Was it valuable? Did you get something out of it?
Yes. Thank you very much, David.
Absolutely, man. This was fire.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
And this goes for every industry. Like when you dig down, all of a sudden these ideas just boom, boom, boom. I could do this. I could do this. This video would be awesome. This video would solve this purpose. And it's got this little niche area and this whole strategy. And this is how you start to build strategies. And if you pitch them and they make sense, then we start looking at these bigger projects. So this was awesome training. I thoroughly enjoyed this. So thank you guys for showing up. I think everybody in here is in the club, right? Daryl, are you in the club? Did you purchase the program?
Yeah. I've just been so busy with work. I haven't been able to do it properly. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Oh, and I totally forgot. So everybody that's watching the live stream in the free group, I hope you guys got a ton of valuable content out of this. Tomorrow's session is exclusive to the people who have invested in the Real Deal Video Strategist Club. Come and join our club, has invested in themselves to be better at what they do. If you guys have any questions about whether or not it's worth it to join our club, there's about 6 or 7 people on this live stream that I think will probably give you their insights, and they'll let you know the good, the bad, and the ugly. So just ask.
Hey,
Don't even think twice. Let me just say that. Don't even think twice.
Awesome.
You get
love
so
There's a
much
total of 8 of them,
more
including this
value
little
than
one.
what you spend.
Yeah. Hey, David, we got a question actually, if you don't mind, from our Real Deal Video Strategist Club community from Rafael Vitanga. They're asking, when do you bring in the Facebook and Instagram advertisements?
When do you bring them in? I'm wondering what he means by that question. Do we pitch that in the strategy, or do we implement that after the videos are completed?
Yeah, I think the way that I'm kind of interpreting it is, okay, so we've built out this strategy. We've partnered up with whether it be, Joel and Nick, or, some of the other partners that we have within the community, or whoever we have, even personally. And then at that point, it just depends on, I think, who we're working with. Is that correct? Because if we're going with Night Owl Productions with Joel and Nick, they're white labeling, meaning that they will come in, have their own discovery call, as well as have their own proposal for the client. Is that right?
So this goes all the way back to that initial conversation when we're setting up the 2 meetings, even when we're going through discovery. Okay. Actually, this is conversation during discovery. So you're going to let them know, Dr. David, here's the thing. I'm going to bring you a strategy that includes what videos we need, but also the distribution. What you're trying to achieve is not going to work unless these videos are put in front of the right people. And the way that we need to do that is more than likely going to be through a social media ad strategy or email marketing ad strategy, something to that effect. So there is going to be a distribution component to this, just so you have a heads up on that. And then you as a video strategist need to decide if you're doing both. Dr. Dave, I will be creating the videos and I will run this strategy for you. And I'm gonna lay that out for you. Or Dr. David, I'm going to create the videos for you, but then I have a trusted marketing professional, digital marketing agency that I partner with. I'm gonna bring them on so that they can run the ads once I've completed filming them. So just know that distribution component is going to be there. It's going to be a crucial component. In fact, it's probably more important than the video creation itself, is the distribution. So there will be that information when we get to our sales meeting on Thursday. So I think that's what he's asking. When do we mention that? You certainly don't want to mention that and kind of send them for a loop when we're trying to close the deal. You want to make sure that they're aware of that component beforehand. So hopefully that's answering his question. Were there any other questions? Did you see anything else on the live stream?
No, it sounds like, yeah, you answered the question the way that he was wanting it.
Cool. Okay. Awesome session, guys. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. we will come back. Let's be like Philip today. Let's go close the deal tomorrow with Dr. David. What do you guys think?
Let's go.
Alan,
you got this, bro. You got it.
I'm telling you, I'm so ready.
You gotta come with that fire,
Let's
brother.
do it.
Okay, cool. We will see you guys back tomorrow. Everybody have a good evening and thanks for being here. We'll see you guys later.
All right,
Take
peace.
care.
Good night, everybody.